to just remind us of the obvious, that a court of law is a very serious forum for dispensing justice. It's not a forum for any other purpose, like a circus to entertain. And I want to agree with the prosecution that this court has powers to reject charges. Once it is clear that what is before the court is an illegality, that alone is enough to make the court reject the charges. The court cannot be told, go on, you can throw us out later, but give the illegality a little life, because as he says, the DPP did not do those things. It is the other team. The criminal justice system has the court on one hand, it has the prosecution where the DPP is, where the DCI and everybody else, every other police investigator lies, and it has the defense. That is a criminal court. Accused, the team of the accused, which is or suspect, which is the defense, the team of the prosecution, which has DPP and everybody else behind him, and the court. It's not enough for the DPP to try and exonerate himself. He is part of the illegality because he's part of that broad team. And I just want to remind the court also that the court was given copies of the orders of the High Court. Actually, 2 orders relating to firearms, one in 520, petition 520 of 2017, which puts on hold the purported cancellation of Mr. Wanjigi's firearm licenses. Quite a number of them, I will not bother reading. And the other one is Judicial Review number 46, miscellaneous application number 46 of 2018, also relating to the quashing of a decision to revoke his firearms. And I just want to say shortly why I won't even bother to read which firearms. The prosecution has not said that any of these charges is not of the firearms covered in these 2 orders. And once they are stop orders, you cannot arrest for purported lack of license when the withdrawal of the licenses is on hold by a superior court.
You cannot?
They cannot arrest. The police cannot arrest on firearm charges that have been, whose dispute over licensing has been stayed by the court. If they were able to say the charges before you relate to different firearms and different offenses, but you look at it, Smith and Wesson, the same thing here. It looks actually identical. So I'm asking Your Honor, when you retreat, this is enough to make you throw out the charges, the whole chain of events. And I would have hoped the DPP, who is the advisor of the entire team, would have told them you can't touch this until we finalize in the High Court. The second issue I want to touch on is the fact that the search upon which these charges are founded, because they say found, found, you find when you search. Either the person or their property. The search was without a warrant, therefore illegal. As per the DCJ Muiru case, her entire criminal charges, merited and unmerited, were thrown out, just on the basis of lack of a search warrant.
Repeat that case. Which case was that?
The Muiru case, the DCJ case. I do not have the citation up in the internet is moving very slowly. By the time my colleagues finish to reply, we will give you the exact citation. But it is a case which acquired notoriety, and all the charges against the DCJ were thrown out on illegal search. That authority which has not, there was no appeal, is binding on you. They never went to trial. The court threw out the charges. Why would this court then be told, proceed, let him plead, even fix a hearing date, they bring evidence, and by the way, we have no obligation to bring any evidence. Only the prosecutor can bring evidence. So why would the court proceed to take its valuable time in entertaining these charges? And that's why I opened by saying the court is not an entertainment forum. It's a serious forum. You're being asked to proceed on charges which we all know go nowhere because of what is going on. Finally, justice must be dispensed expeditiously. So if the court agrees with us that indeed there was no warrant, indeed there are prohibitory orders from the High Court saying halt, anything to do with the gun licenses until the cases are dispensed with, then we know that what is before you is an illegality in disobedience of court orders. And I would like Your Honor to remember the environment we are acting in, where the courts of law are giving orders for police to do certain things and they are disobeyed with impunity. It's public knowledge. A matter the courts can take a notoriety, can take judicial.
On 12th
12 of this
September.
September.
Yes. This is a matter of great public interest and touching on fundamental freedoms, such that pending ruling and given that the offense is bailable, each to sign on bond of 10 million to appear for the ruling. And if there are any passports, to be deposited in court. Second accused to receive treatment, whatever the case.
Anyway, thank you for holding the Constitution.
It is for a while until I make my decision. They'll just sign their own bonds. Binding, no money is paid, they'll come back to court.
Did you mention passport?
Yes.
May we request most respectfully that on the passport, so that it doesn't delay the release, our colleague Willis takes the undertaking to personally bring them to court, so that the release is not delayed by going home to get them.
We want the passports deposited in
He will
court.
deposit. We can give.
We are at what time? It's 2:12. I'm sure you can bring the passports
You
by
bring
4.
them by 4:30.
That's what I was saying.
Yes.
I'll give an undertaking.
Yes.
So it's recorded that I give undertaking.
He has given his undertaking.
And
Our
the,
office officer.
the little point, Your Honor, that is being made is that they should not be kept in custody
They'll not be in custody before the ruling is made.
between now and
And
the time
12.
the passports are brought.
Later today.
I would like to buy them lunch.
No, they bring the passports.
This one goes to hospital.
Bring the passports.
I want to put
Your Honor,
myself
may I
down.
say something about passports?
Yes, Mr. Hamid.
Unfortunately, don't have the authority, but the law, the way the law is developing, there's an argument that passport really are properties of the government, of the executive and so on, and should not be.
Yes. No, this is our offense which is bailable. I could have detained them until I make their decision. But I'm taking into consideration because we've been sitting here. You can see the public interest.
I see, Your Honor.
Yes.
All that you were saying,
The court has to be sensitive.
What you were saying to very respectfully, why don't we dispense with the passports? They will go nowhere. Nobody can leave Kenya. Go where?
No, I want... Now, that is just for the court.
Your Honor, just for your...
You undertake to bring the passports, eh?
Yes. Passports, so they are released. I'll bring them to court before 4:30 today.
That is before 4 p.m.
And Your Honor, on behalf of the bar, including the ODPP, we appreciate the patience with which this court has listened to it. We thank you.
Come back for the court's decision on whether we are deferring that plea for 4 weeks.
Yes, indeed.
Or whatever request you made, let's make that decision that time.
Yes,
But for today, let's put everything on hold. But just to remind them that they are still subject to the courts, we deposit those passports.
we will do that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I must have